How the Russia-Ukraine War was ignited. The Russia-Ukraine War, which began in February 2022, has deep historical, political, and strategic roots. The conflict is the culmination of long-standing tensions between Russia and Ukraine, exacerbated by geopolitical shifts, differing national identities, and power struggles in Eastern Europe. Here's an overview of how the war was ignited. 1. Historical background and tensions, Soviet legacy. Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union until its dissolution in 1991. Post-independence, Ukraine sought to establish its sovereignty, while Russia continued to view it as within its sphere of influence. Cultural and political divides. Ukraine has deep cultural and linguistic divides, with the western part leaning toward Europe and the eastern regions having closer ties to Russia. Russia has often used these divisions to exert influence over Ukraine. 2. Key events leading to the conflict: the 2014 revolution and annexation of Crimea, Maidan protests. In 2013, Ukraine's then-president Viktor Yanukovych rejected a trade deal with the European Union, favoring closer ties with Russia. This decision sparked massive protests known as the Maidan Revolution, leading to Yanukovych's ousting in 2014. Russian response. Russia saw Ukraine's move toward the west as a threat. In 2014, it annexed Crimea, claiming to protect Russian-speaking populations. This action was widely condemned by the international community as a violation of Ukraine's sovereignty. Conflict in Donbass. Pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine's Donetsk and Luhansk regions declared independence, leading to an ongoing conflict that claimed thousands of lives before the 2022 escalation. 3. Russia's strategic concerns. NATO expansion. Russia has long opposed NATO's eastward expansion, viewing it as a direct threat to its security. Ukraine's increasing ties with NATO and aspirations for membership were seen as crossing a red line for Moscow. Western influence. Russia perceives Ukraine's alignment with the West as part of a broader effort to encircle and weaken it geopolitically. 4. The buildup to 2022 military buildup. Starting in 2021, Russia amassed large numbers of troops near Ukraine's borders, citing concerns over NATO activities and Ukraine's treatment of Russian-speaking populations. Diplomatic breakdown. Western countries, including the US and NATO, held talks with Russia to de-escalate tensions. However, these discussions failed, with Russia demanding guarantees that Ukraine would never join NATO, demands the West rejected. Recognition of Donetsk and Luhansk. In February 2022, Russia officially recognized the independence of the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, further escalating tensions. 5. The invasion of Ukraine, February 2022. The invasion begins. On February 24, 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, describing it as a special military operation. Russia claimed its goals were to denazify and demilitarize Ukraine, accusations widely dismissed as propaganda. Ukrainian resistance. Ukraine, led by President Volodymyr Zelensky, resisted fiercely. The invasion drew international condemnation and resulted in significant Western sanctions on Russia, as well as military aid to Ukraine. Conclusion. The Russia-Ukraine war was ignited by a combination of historical grievances, geopolitical struggles, and the quest for national sovereignty. Russia's refusal to accept Ukraine's Western alignment, coupled with NATO's expansion and unresolved disputes from 2014, created a volatile environment that ultimately led to the 2022 invasion. This war has become one of the most significant global conflicts in recent history, with far-reaching consequences for regional and international stability.